If you would like to learn how to add logging to your tests, then you need to watch this video. I'm going to be showing you how to integrate Log4j2 with Selenium. Welcome to automateNow. This is Marco Cruz. Let's dive in. For the purpose of this recording, I'm going to be referring to this blog post that I wrote a while back. It's called Selenium meets Log4j. We're going to be using Log4j to do all of our logging within our tests. What is Log4j? So let's see. It is basically a Java-based login utility. So next, I'm going to show you what we need to do to integrate Log4j with our Selenium tests. We're going to need to add the Log4j dependencies. So we're going to head over to Maven repository and we're going to look for Log4j. And here you're going to find multiple results. The ones that you're going to need is this one here, Apache Log4j core and Apache Log4j API. Do not use this one. This is the old version of Log4j. So let's go ahead and get the core, click on here, and then we're going to select the latest version. I'm just going to copy this, go to our code, and then looking at the POM file, we're going to add the dependency under this dependencies section. All right, let's go back here. Now that we added the core, we need to add this API one. So again, we select the latest version, copy this, and add it here. Now we're all set. Just get rid of this here. And what we need to do is click on this button right here to pull down all the dependencies. Next, we need to add a properties file. This property file needs to be in this name format right here. It says log4j.properties. Okay, and it also needs to be located under source, main, resources. So we're going to add this directory right now. Let's go back to the code. Here's src, here's main. So under this, we need to add the resources section. So I'm going to right click on main, say new directory. I'm going to call this resources. In fact, if you notice, here's a suggestion, Maven source directories. So I'm just going to double click this and the resources folder has been added. Once we have this folder, we're going to right click it and say new file. And here we're going to say log4j2.properties and hit enter. Next, we need to add some properties to this file. So let's go back to the website, and here we have the properties that we need to add to this file. So let's just go ahead and copy this and add it here. If you would like a detailed explanation of what each one of these lines is doing, please refer to the blog post that I spoke about earlier. The link to that post will be in the video description. Next, we need to create a logger instance. For that, we're going to head over to the base page class over here. And then we're going to scroll to the top, and right under WebDriver, we're going to add a new one here. We're going to say protected static logger. When you select this one, make sure that you're selecting it from this package here, org.apache.login.log4j. And then we're going to call this just log. And here we're going to say log manager. Again, we're going to select this one here, Apache logging log4j dot get logger. And that's all we need to do to set up our logger. Next, we're going to go to our tests. And here we have a test that I wrote in the past. This one is called test table pagination. We're going to be using this test to see what we can do with this logger. Notice that one of the things that this test is doing right here is printing something to the console by using this system.out.println line. We're saying the population of some country is such and such. Now, better than doing this is to log something to a file or to the console instead of using a print statement. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. So I'm going to hit enter here, and I'm going to say log dot, and there are different things that we can log. We can log errors, we can log information, we can log warnings. In our case, we're just going to say info. I'm going to type info here, and then we can type in the message. Okay. In this case, I'm just going to copy and paste this information that I have over here. Copy this and paste it down here. Now I'm going to run this test so that you can see the difference between this print statement and this log statement. And now the test has finished execution. If we scroll down here in the console, we're going to see, first we see the print statement. And next we see this information here. As you'll notice in brackets, you're going to see info. This is because we're using log.info. Then we have some date, some other information about our package, and then the actual message. If you notice, this info here is similar to this one over here, but this one here is coming from Selenium, okay? While this one is the one that we created. Now let's take a look at some of the other logging messages that we can create. I'm just going to duplicate this line here. And here I'm going to say log that warning. And here log that error. Okay. Now let's rerun this test. The test has finished execution, and here we can see down in the console the different log messages. Here we see one for info, here's the one for warning, and here's the one for error. In our case, they're all the same. So when would you use info? This is just to give general information, right? So in our case here, we're just saying that the population is such and such for this country. So that's a perfect information type of log. A warning would be something like, hey, you want to caution the user that there could be something wrong. There's something that they could look into. And then the error obviously is something that's unexpected. You would want to use this type of log whenever your test fails unexpectedly or some other scenario similar to that. Let's see an example where we could use this one here, this error. If I go to the base page class, here's a method that goes to the home page. Notice that this one has a try catch block where we try to do this. And then if an error occurs, then we do a catch right here. So instead of using this print statement right here, this system.out, we could put in a log here and say log that error to log this as an error. There is a lot more that we can do with Log4j. For example, we can export our logs to a file. If you would like to learn more, please check out the blog post listed in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.